Guys, let's do this. Let's do it. Let's talk about HOAs, right? Because it's such a polarizing, infuriating subject matter. HOAs are just, no one loves, few people love them. Many people hate them. I'm not sure if they know why they hate them. I'm going to give you some reasons, some pros and cons of why you should maybe consider it. Maybe why you should be an HOA person, or maybe why you should definitely not be an HOA person, because there are people on both sides of the fence here. You see, when people ask me, they're like, well, what do you think about HOAs? And everyone, just disclaimer here, I'll do my best to keep it together. These jeans have a horrific tear right in the crotchal region. So if at any point my legs spread, kind of a Sharon Stone in Basic Instinct moment, well, I'm sorry about that. So HOAs, here's the thing. When people ask me, they're like, well, what do you think about HOAs? And I'm like, it depends. And it's the most frustrating answer in the world. I get it, because we all want the like clickbait, like, you know, F HOAs, or like, that's the best thing. The answer is it depends. It depends on you and what your lifestyle is and what sort of scenario you're trying to have and what you're into, right? And we'll talk a little bit about that. So here's what I mean by that. Let's just kind of go through a couple things. The first thing is the payment themselves, right? So let's just take me. I'll personalize it. So I live in a neighborhood with an HOA, and that HOA does absolutely jack shit. I mean, they absolutely do nothing. So mine is $290 a year. I just pay it annually because to pay, $13 a month or whatever it is just seems annoying to me. So I'll just cut you a check once a year. And what we have for that $290 is a playground that's like a mile away from my house that is completely open and on a busy street and open to the public. So what exactly I'm paying $290 a year for, I have no clue, other than the inconvenience of losing $290 a year and having someone potentially tell me that my grass is shit. I'm aware my grass is shit. I'm doing my best. I'm busy and I have one day off a week, and I have a 10-year-old that I pay to mow my lawn. So if it's subpar, it's because a child does it, okay? I don't mow my lawn. Don't own a lawnmower. Sidebar. Anyway, that's what my HOA does. Absolutely freaking nothing. But there's typically a payment associated with an HOA. That payment could be an annual thing. It could be annual, right? $290 a year. It could be quarterly. I see that a lot in different like mountain communities where it's like a quarterly thing because they need to plow the streets and things like that in the wintertime. And then many of them are monthly. So if you live in a condo or a townhouse, your HOA is going to be a monthly payment. In some, just normal housing residential neighborhoods, it will be a monthly payment. But here's where I'm going with this, everyone. You need to look at what it is that you're paying for, because oftentimes inside of that HOA payment, there are things that you are going to be paying no matter what, right? So you look at it and you're like, oh, my house payment's $1,500 a month, but then I got this $150 a month HOA on top of it. And you feel like now your house payment is simply $1,650, when if you actually looked at it, you might go, oh, they actually pay my water bill, right? It's like an HOA controlled water thing. So you're like, oh, well, I was going to spend $50 a month on water anyway. Like, cool. So now really, and this is kind of how I always message our clients, I'm like, really, your HOA is now $100, right? Because you're going to spend $50 a month anyway on water. So we don't get to count that as an extra expense. And if you look at that and you go, okay, well, whatever, they, I don't know, whatever, they maintain your yard or whatever it is, you got to look at it, because inside of those HOA payments, you might find some bills that you are going to pay regardless. Take a neighborhood that's near me called Daybreak, right? I'm in Utah for anyone that doesn't know that, or you might not care about that. But I live in Utah, and there's a big HOA, there's a community called Daybreak. I think it's like 1 in 7 houses sold in Utah is in Daybreak. So it's a massive master plan community. I believe, don't quote me on this, but I'm almost positive it's the largest master plan community on the freaking planet, right? It's like Pleasantville. It's very cool. I like it. It's a polarizing neighborhood. If you live in a townhouse there, your HOA payment is going to be somewhere in the ballpark of, let's say, $350 a month. And especially in a place like Utah, $350 a month is a ginormous, to quote Buddy the Elf, HOA payment. But if you look at it, you go, well, there's a lot of important things in there. I think your water bill is included in that. I know that your internet is. So you go, well, shit, your internet was going to be, let's say just the internet portion of it, you know, because most of us have cable internet lumped. Let's just say just the internet portion was 60, $70 a month. Let's say 50 a month on your water payment. All of your exterior maintenance is paid for. Your exterior insurance is paid for. So now you have a cheaper homeowner's insurance policy because you don't have to insure the outside. The HOA does that, right? So now you get a cheaper monthly output on your insurance bill. It includes like your gym, and a bunch of other just like cool stuff. So yeah, you look at it and you go, that's $350 a month. A couple hundred of that is shit that you're going to be paying for regardless. So we don't get to throw too much of a fit about $350 because it's really closer to, you know, maybe $150 of stuff that you're paying for that you wouldn't have anyway. And amongst that things is access to like paddle boards and kayaks and stuff for this private lake that the member, you know, like the residents get to use, right? So you need to look at the payment to see what is actually in that, and that's going to help to determine if an HOA is a right fit for you or not. Now, beyond that, there are some people that HOAs are totally fine for. Those people would be normal folks, right? People that don't have any weird stuff that they're into. Here's some people that might not be a good fit for HOAs. Business from home, right? Do you work from home? Like you have a home-based business. You should look into it. Most HOAs probably going to be okay with it. You should at least look into it, right? If you think about buying a place in an HOA, what you want to get is like the CC&Rs. It's like community covenants and restrictions, I think is what it stands for. You know, I could care less. What I know is it's the rules and regs of the HOA. You're going to want to look through that and maybe just make a call to the HOA rep. Just say, hey, is there any issue with me doing a home-based salon? In Utah, that's like a super common thing, right? So check on that to see like if they go, oh, well, you can do it, but you got to have the XYZ. Go, maybe this isn't the right fit for me. So home-based business, you should look into it. Do you have, especially, hey, a lot of HOAs are attached to condos, townhouses, some of them for actual houses. If you're going to be condo townhouse scenario, hey, do you have like super noisy kids or something like that? Do you have like little shitbag children running around? Maybe it's not a good fit for you. I'll tell you who HOAs can largely not be a great fit for. Weird people. Examples, because I get this all the time. I want to grow my own crops. HOA might not be the right fit for you, dude. Like, what does that even mean? What are you growing? What are you putting, a cornfield in your fucking backyard? Like, what are you doing? You know, I try to keep the language clean. It's late in the day, everyone. I try to keep the language clean on the real estate channel here. Do you like pet snakes? Have you ever considered getting a pet snake, everybody? HOA probably is not for you. And just as a side note, if you have a pet snake or have ever had a pet snake, it is an almost guarantee, I would bet Vegas money on it, that you will kill someone at some point in your lifetime, because normal people don't get pet snakes, everyone. I thought about getting a pet snake. I wanted a pet snake, in all fairness. When I was a kid, my parents wouldn't let me have one because they knew I would become a homicidal maniac if I ever went down the snake rabbit hole. Okay, so if you're into snakes, growing your own crops, you're one of these weirdos that you want like a pet tiger, don't live in an HOA, okay? Just don't do it. If you're a normal person, you do normal things, you have a job, a moderate home-based business where you just do normal things, HOA's fine, okay? Don't worry about it, everyone. Read the CC&Rs, make sure it's a good fit for you, but chances are HOA's cool. Don't sweat it, everyone. People get too bent out of shape on it. Yeah, they might tell you got to keep your grass cut. That's why you got the neighborhood 10-year-old. He cuts the grass for you, you know, no big deal. Pay him $20, move on with your Sunday. Everyone, that's it. I don't have anything else to say. I don't really want to say anything else to you, so I'm going to move on. I hope you're happy. I hope you're doing well in life. We'll see you soon. Oh, you know what? We're not going to see you soon. Everyone, I'm in a rhythm right now because it's late. I don't want to talk anymore today, but hey, 1911 Syndicate, we got a link below. We're a real estate company. If you enjoy the attitude that you see here, which chances are you're very underwhelmed with, this is the kind of approach that we have, right? We're straight shooters. We'll give you a fair shake. We operate, I mean, hell, just today, I think it was like 4 or 5 different states that we had deals go under contract in, right? So we actually work. We put out these videos. We joke around. We do stupid stuff. We have fun. But believe it or not, we're actually a real business. We're just a business that refuses to do a lot of the stupid shit that other people in the industry do. That's it. Now I should definitely shut up, subscribe to the channel. We will see you soon. Crispy, I'm on one tonight. I don't know what's gotten into me. I'm on one now.